Hello, I am Emmanuel Olusegun Adeleke with you again on Family Insights for today, where we always discuss issues that has to do with a better performance of couples in marriage. And to the glory of the Almighty God, today we have another wonderful subject that is going to be 5 parts, and I intended to make it 5 parts so that it will not be too lengthy for you to listen to and also for you to download. I want you to listen to it repeatedly until it becomes your family pattern, because it will help you. So these teachings are just short videos that I intended for you to watch, even that you can easily watch through the 5 videos together. But I decided not to compress them together so that it will enhance you to either watch part 1 at a go, and some other time you can go over to watch the remaining parts. So the Lord will help you as you listen to this subject. The discussion for today is on finance and money in marriage. Finance and money in marriage. This subject has become the most debated subject in marriage. By the time people comes for marriage counseling, people book marriage clinic, you discover that one major issue that couples debate, husband and wife debate in marriage, is about finance. And other subjects are also of importance, but one of the major important subjects for discussion in marriage has been on finance and money. So in marriage, money is not just a currency, it is a character revealed. In marriage, money is not just a currency, it is a character revealed. So you must understand it. It exposes our value, our priorities, our fears, and our disciplines. Two people can love deeply, but if they don't align financially, pressure will begin to speak loud. Then affection will begin to reduce. Before you know it, if they are not, they can be deeply in love. Many people that are having financial issues in marriage, it's not that they did not love each other, but if they did not align financially, it will lead to a kind of a pressure. It will begin to speak loud than the affection they had for each other. That is why it is very important to understand about marriage and money in marriage, and money and finance in marriage. So money, many marriages don't crash because of lack of love. They crack under financial tensions, under financial secrecy, and under financial misalignment. They are not aligned together in marriage. They have secret spendings. They hoard money from each other, and this now lead to crack. When there is financial tension in the home, do you know that it can even, if care is not taken, it can crash the marriage. That is why I want you to listen. This teaching is not just about money. It is about unity, it is about trust, and it is about legacy. Because when money is handled right, you see that peace will increase in the marriage. But when money is handled poorly, the love that starts very well will begin to feel heavy, we begin to feel dizzy, and if care is not taken, it may lead to other tertiary factors that affect the home. So money is a tool, but when it is wrongly handled, it becomes a weapon. That is a secret I want you to know about money in marriage. Money is a tool. It's a tool that you use. You know, we have tools that we use, mechanized tools, industrial tools. We have all kinds of tools. So in marriage as well, money is a tool. But if it is not handled well, if it is wrongly handled, it becomes a weapon. You know, you use tool to achieve something, a goal, but you use weapon to destroy things, to fight. So money can either be a tool in the marriage or can be a weapon in the marriage. So that is why in marriage, money should never be a secret. You don't allow money to be secret. You don't allow money to be a control system that control your marriage. You don't allow money to be a competition. That is not what money should be in your marriage. Money should be a shared responsibility. Money should be transparency, and money should be a vision-driven resource. That's what money should be. So if money in your marriage is a secret, if money in your marriage is the controlling system, and if money in your marriage is what you use to compete with each other, the husband and the wife, you use money to compete, then you are not using money wisely in your marriage. But if money is a shared responsibility, if money is transparency, that the husband and the wife can be transparent enough, and that money is what drives them, is a vision-driven resource. That is the kind of the way that money should operate in marriage. So we want to look at how we combine finance. How can we combine finance? That is joint account versus separate account. How to operate joint account versus separate account. Let me tell you this. Do you know that these two kinds of accounts, you can operate it in your marriage and without any issue? The principle is that marriage should be unity. Marriage should not be independent with benefits. No, marriage should be unity. So joint account, what does joint account do in marriage? It promotes transparency where it is being operated. It builds teamwork. It encourages responsibility, shared responsibility. Where they operate joint account as a couple, as husband and the wife, it helps to promote transparency. They know how much is entering. Both parties, the husband and the wife, knows how much is entering, and they know how much is exiting. So it builds transparency. It also builds teamwork. They build what comes in together. Not that they are doing the same work sometimes. Sometimes we have couples that are into joint ventures. But sometimes it may be that the husband is a salary earner, while the wife is a business owner. But they now operate the same account. Whatever comes in goes into the same account. So where they operate it is a blessing that they will have. It will promote transparency in their marriage. It will build teamwork. Then it will encourage shared responsibility. But what is the risk in joint account? It affects whenever there is mismanagement. It affects both parties. Whenever there is mismanagement, it affects both the husband and the wife. Then another risk is that whenever there is a joint account operation, you discover that it is easier for the couples to discover their spending habits. It's easier to discover. It's a risk. So the wife will know how the husband is spending, and the husband will also know how the wife is spending. So it also requires high trust and discipline where it operates. Where there is joint account in operation, it will require high discipline. You want to spend money, but your hands are tied. Your hands are tied because the wife, the husband knows what is in the account. So it requires high trust and discipline. And also, another risk that is in the joint account is that whenever you operate joint account, sometimes to move forward is not easy, because sometimes when there is something good that you need to purchase, because of some procedures, you find it difficult, especially when they are not operating joint venture. one is out of the town, the other one is not very much available, maybe to sign their check and many other things like that. But there is improvement in banking sector that they may have a ATM that they use. But at the same time, don't forget the first risk that I mentioned, that when there is mismanagement, it affects both parties. So now, let's talk about separate accounts in marriage. Separate account, despite the fact that the couples have joint account, I would suggest that they also have separate accounts, because separate account will enable their flexible personal flexibility. So there are some spendings that they may not need to wait for each other, but they have the one that is joint and they have the one they operate separately. So it is easier also for different spendings, like you want to do something, you want to contribute to a particular thing, you do it from your own separate account. But what is the risk? It can also create secrecy where there is separate accounts. The husband or the wife, a particular spouse in among the two may be pushing money to a particular thing secretly, that the man may not know, the woman may not know. So a joint account for share, it also lead to secrecy, and also it encourages my money versus your money mindset, where there is separate account. You say this one is my own money. How are you spending your own money where there is no joint account? So how do we now balance the approach? A joint account should be operated for shared expenses and goals. Like you have the joint account where you keep money for goals, where you keep money for joint expenses. So this will enable. But the personal account, optional personal account, will be for personal allowances, account for individuals' freedom. So by the time you operate it in that form, you see that the marriage will be blossoming, the marriage will keep growing. So it is not about the structure, it is about the spirit behind the money in the marriage. So it is not about the structure, it is about the spirit that is behind your spendings in marriage that really matters. So if your system hide things, it will hurt things. I want you to get this truth as I close this video, that if your system hide things from your spouse, from your husband, from your wife, it will surely hurt things. If your system hide money from your husband, hide money from your wife, you will surely hurt your husband or surely hurt your wife. So you must agree on how you run your finance in your home so that you have a better marriage. I remain your friend, Emmanuel Olusegun Adeleke. Please follow the other teachings on finance and money in marriage. There are 4 videos. This is one out of the other. There are 5 videos. There are other 4 videos that will help your marriage. Maybe what you are thinking about is not answered in this particular video, but you can find it in the next video. God bless you.